My journey into science really began in a grade school. My dad's a civil engineer, and I was always interested in science fiction and astronomy. I had a telescope, and I was just in 5th grade. And then we moved to Denver, Colorado, and I went to Lakewood High School. And again, just interested in things, but probably the defining moment was the launch of Sputnik, because it was just basically on my 14th birthday. And I thought that was so exciting. And then went on to University of Colorado, a degree in engineering from the University of Colorado. And then during that time was influenced by a professor, Dr. Donald Billings, who introduced me to astrophysics, and eventually that led to a doctorate in astrogeophysics, which is now the Astronomical and Planetary Sciences Department at CU. I was hired by NOAA to work in their Space Weather Prediction Center, that's its current name. And during that time I was a space scientist studying the sun and predicting the effects of solar events on the Earth's magnetic field. While I was involved in that, I went to scientific meetings all over the world and became involved particularly in the International Association of Astronomy and Geomagnetism. And that group then led to being involved in the overall organization, the International Union of Geodesy and Geophysics. And I was fortunate enough to be elected as the first woman and the first American Secretary General of the International Union of Geodesy and Geophysics. That happened in 1999. At that time, I retired from NOAA because this was going to be a full-time job, albeit volunteer. And it was a wonderful experience. Traveled all over the world and met incredible scientists. And our goal is to promote the understanding of geophysics, promote the ethics of doing science throughout the world, and to support those countries and scientists who don't have the advantages of some of the scientists in the major countries. I think we are discovering now how the environment and how world geophysics is impacting our lives itself. I mean, we didn't used to care where the borders were, but now GPS, that was one of the things really involved in IUGG. That's not restricted to borders. From space, you can look down and there are no borders. There are rivers, there are oceans, there are mountains, there are earthquakes and volcanoes, and those things are all important. One of the things I did as Secretary General was institute a new association for cryospheric sciences. This is the polar caps, the glaciers, those things that are now we are measuring and discovering how really important they are and what impacts they might have on our global society. Boulder is the center for the world. It just is. And to be able to be here in Boulder at that place at that time was extraordinary. And even now the university in their leadership in science is extraordinary. I think there are more geophysicists and hydrologists here in Boulder working than there are anywhere else in the world. Community can be friends gathering for dinner, or the major community in my life, which was the worldwide scientific community. So all those communities are extremely different, and they all present their own special joys, challenges. The ones I choose are the ones that give me a chance to enable something. The scientific community, I enabled worldwide science. With Share a Gift, I can help to make sure kids get beautiful things at the holiday time.